name is Batiste. I'm an interventional cardiologist by day and a lifestyle enthusiast by night. Today, I'm thrilled to bring to you an exclusive glimpse into a groundbreaking event that really promises to reshape the landscape of healthcare. Set against the backdrop of March 24th through 26th of 2024, the HELP Conference, Health Equity Lifestyle Project. It's not just an ordinary gathering, it's a convergence of minds, it's a symphony of ideas aimed at addressing health disparities. These are simply differences that occur within segments of the population that result in differences in health outcomes. I'm going to uncover what really makes this conference unique, why you should attend, its pivotal themes, and why it's a must attend for everyone passionate about health and about community wellness. So, without further ado, let's dive into the heart of the HELP conference and discover the transformative potential it holds for our collective health journey. Stay tuned. All right. Welcome to another session of What's Help Got to Do with It? Batiste here. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited. I have a friend, a colleague that I'm bringing to the stage here. I'm looking forward. He is going to be a speaker first up in line at the upcoming HELP conference. Dr. David Bowman, how you doing, sir?
Man, I am fantastic. Fantastic. Thanks for having me here. And thanks for inviting me to the conference, to speak at the conference.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be great to see you again.
Absolutely. Likewise, likewise. Well, listen, we could not have a conference about health equity lifestyle project without having the Dr. David Bowman. Now, for the few individuals out there who might not know you, why don't you tell the folks who you are and all the amazing things that you're
My
doing?
name is Dr. David Bowman. I am a pediatrician and a lifestyle medicine physician. I currently work at Howard University Hospital in general pediatrics. I'm also on the board of directors for the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and been on the board of directors for 2.5 years of a 3-year term. I'm also the co-chair for the Health Equity Achieved by Lifestyle Medicine initiative through the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. And my wife and I also have a business called Lifestyle Med Revolution, where we focus on bringing in spirituality, group support into nutrition and physical activity to try and revolutionize people's health.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So one thing that's clear is that the common thread between us is lifestyle. And this conference is really about when we look at the Health Equity Lifestyle Project, I always like to tell everyone equity is for everyone. Health is for everyone. And that's what we're bringing to the table. And so one of the questions I have for you is really how can evidence-based nutrition, there's a lot of evidence behind it, and lifestyle intervention play a role in lowering the rates of chronic disease and promoting health?
Good question, because you think to ourselves that they should be merged together, but there are people who are working in the health equity field and don't really practice or do lifestyle. There are people who are doing lifestyle medicine who aren't really doing health equity. But it really, once you merge those two, it makes a huge difference. And I got really into lifestyle medicine and trying to really promote health equity things when I thought about COVID. And because COVID is a perfect microcosm of health inequities and how they affect disease. And so, for instance, the oxidative stress that we get from psychological stress of the social determinants of health that we have, or the environment that we live in where there's not enough healthy food options, or just our choice. We just don't choose wisely in terms of our nutrition, or we have a lot of psychological stress from other things, whether it be, systemic racism, discrimination, other things like that. All that leads to all that psychological stress leads to an oxidative stress. That oxidative stress is an underlying factor, not just for the heart disease and diabetes that are ravaging communities already, but then it also is the underlying reason why people have more illness from COVID. And so that same process, so if we can address the oxidative stress somehow, then we can actually intervene with COVID. We can intervene with the high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer rates, et cetera. And as we found out during the pandemic, those who were eating a plant-based diet had much less hospitalization, much less moderate to severe illness with COVID, because a plant-based diet is full of dietary antioxidants. And those dietary antioxidants can help to counteract all the negative effects of the psychological stress, of the physical stress that we get from being, for the social determinants of health or for other issues that we have. And so that's a perfect example of how, if we eat healthier, it's going to help the chronic diseases that are taking us out like wildfire, and that explosive part that happened with the COVID. And so the plant-based diet helped a lot of people who were in healthcare, for instance, to have, like, I think it was a 73% lower hospital rate, 70% severe, 70% less severe and moderate disease from COVID. And so it's important to merge those two, to say, yes, it's important to talk about the health inequities. It's important to talk about the lifestyle, but if we merge them together, we can affect the chronic diseases as well as COVID and other future pandemics that may come up.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, you're absolutely right. And I love how you explain really that role of that integration between individuals who are in the lifestyle camp and individuals who are in the equity camp, and how really that merging of them together is so vitally important. And it kind of brings up the next question. It reminds me, I know you have a young family. My family is not as young anymore, but the old adage that it takes a community to raise a village to raise a child, right? And so in a sense, does it take a village to really bring things forward as it relates to the changes we're looking? And if so, why is it essential? Why is it important for individuals, healthcare professionals, policymakers to come together as a village at the Health Help Conference and address these health disparities?
You just now got me thinking about this. This project is essentially in its infancy, and infants need as much help as possible, right? And so it is really, there's a lot of, there's power in numbers, right? So the more people who come, the more power we can have, the more momentum we can develop, and really it's also about synergy. That me trying to do the work that I try to do, and you trying to do the work that you do, and this other person trying to work, and we all in our own individual silos, we make some impact. We absolutely make some impact. But when we all come together as one in a conference like this, then all of a sudden now there's more power. In fact, Scott Stoll gave me a recommendation a while back about a book that really helped to change my perspective on a lot of things. The book is called Who, Not How, by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And that book was like, it just lifted a burden off of me. I'm thinking to myself, how do I get this done? How do I get that done? I don't know how to get all this done. There's so many things I want to do, but I don't know how. But for me, like, for instance, I'm really good at lifestyle medicine, right? And I have a power and a passion for the health equity. But there's some people who are already working in health equity, and the things that I'm working hard and struggling to do, it comes natural to them.
Yeah.
And so instead of me having to start from scratch and really working to do what they do as well, they can do it in their sleep. I do lifestyle medicine in my sleep. And so if we come together, then each of us can have ease, but then still have power. And I think that's where the combination of people coming together in a conference like this, where you might say, I kind of want to do some, rural health, or I want to do something with the inner cities, or I want to do with this, but I don't know how to get started. I don't have enough connections. This kind of place is where you meet those connections.
I like that. Who, not how. Who, not how.
Ooh,
I
not how.
love it. I love it. Only thing I don't love about it is that Scott never told me about it. Now, Scott, I'm gonna have to get on you, Scott. Did you tell me about that book? You will save me a lot of heartache over the years. But
Yeah.
no, that's incredible. Now, when we look at that, and you really address the last question, as we round things up, as you talk about us coming together, and there's some folks out there who may say, you know what, Dr. Bowman, I don't have a superpower. I'm not tremendous at lifestyle. I haven't really done health equity. I'm kind of interested, but I'm on the fence. Should I go or should I not? Maybe I can just watch it virtually if you guys are offering it virtually. I mean, why? Tell us about the importance of coming together, and the power that's there in coming together in person.
It's interesting. Uh, so I'm on the board of directors for American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and we had virtual conferences in 21 and in 20. And I got the knowledge. It was helpful. Don't be wrong. I'm glad I did it. It's better than not going at all. But when I went in 22 and I went in 23, it was like just the world opened up to me because I got a chance to actually meet people and have conversations with people. So after the conference, I would talk to them and say, "Oh, so tell me, I heard your talk about blah blah blah. Can you tell me more about this? Or I have a question. What do you think I should do about this?" And that's the kind of things you can't really get with just the knowledge part of going to a conference. Now, I think it's very important to get that knowledge. Very important to get the knowledge. So if the only thing you can do is a virtual conference for whatever conference you're going to, that's way better than not going at all. However, but the in-person part, that's where you network. That's where you can really get together with people and brainstorm. And you just, somebody may raise a question, and it's not even the speaker. It's just some person in the audience asks a question, and you don't you may not even want to talk to the person who's speaking. You talk to the person who has that question, like, oh, that person has a question that aligns with my purpose or what I want to do. And so you go and talk to that person. That you can do that in person, whereas you might not get a chance to do that when it's virtual. And so also, again, because this is actually in its infancy, if you come now, you can be a leader. You can kind of help to bring input and help to steer the direction of this really important and going to be really powerful movement. And so by being there, by coming together, you may find you find your people, you may find your purpose, and you may find your passion. And it's just, I would highly anticipate that this is going to be fantastic. And I would highly recommend that people come in person to this conference to meet people, to talk with people, to eat with people. I mean, just to have great food at the conference.
That's right.
So
That's right.
these are the kind of things that that you just can't get by only going virtual. Although if virtual is the only thing that people can do for any type of conference, it's better than nothing. But the interactions are where the rubber meets the road, really.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I always say it activates the mirror neurons, right? And so when I'm around Dr. Bowman, I somehow start to reflect him, not just my head starting to reflect him. I reflect him, and all of a sudden I become as an expert as he is inside of all things lifestyle. And so, man, it's so good chatting with you. I can't wait to hear you at the Help Conference. And I look forward to those out there. If you're on the fence, it's not too late. March 24th through 26th. 2024, Huntsville, Alabama. Just go to thehelpconference.org. Remember, help is about you and me. It's about all of us. So we can come together and be a better version of ourselves together as a country and have a healthy life. Man, David, it's so good connecting with you. Can't wait to see you. Let's talk soon.
All right. Great seeing you. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. God bless you.